How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. So today we have a bunch of aero parts to install. So I have these side splitters from Ventus Auto Works. I also have the front splitter that Ventus Auto Works makes. I have my front lip. It's a Votex front lip. And in the last video, we actually refurbished it. It was plasti dipped or painted. We stripped all of that off. We plastic welded it. And got it paint matched. So this thing looks amazing, and you'll see throughout the video. We're gonna be mounting the front splitter to the lip as well. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go back and watch that video. It should be the last video on my channel. And then we have this spoiler extension from ECS Tuning. And I will have all of these products linked in the description below. If you guys are looking for a how-to video, that's how I'm kind of gonna do this a little bit. So if you're looking for that, you're in the right place. So we're gonna start with our front splitter. So let me get all the stuff I need for it, and then we'll catch you when we're ready to do that. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we got these attachable winglets for the front splitter, which is an optional item that you can select when you're in the drop downs. I went for it. I think it will look real nice. With the front lip, there's gonna be a little bit of clearance. So the first thing we're gonna do is get these installed because we have to drill some holes in this. So I'm going to take this off. Man, that's satisfying. I like shiny new stuff. All right. Throw that away. So we're gonna take the plastic off of this as well. And then what we'll do is, it comes with brackets, screws, and locking nuts as well. So this is a 9mm nut, so you'll need a 9mm socket for that. And then you'll just need a Phillips head screwdriver for this. So we'll build it and put the bracket on here, just like so. Put the bracket. I would put whatever side you're gonna put it, so I'm gonna face it this way. I'm gonna put the bracket on the inside and then put the bolt through the outside. So if you put the bolt through the outside, it'll look much cleaner than if you have the bolt from the inside. It'll be part of your bolt sticking out the side and it'll look kind of funky. So make sure you go from the outside, and you'll get your nut and thread it on there. And then you will get your 9mm ratchet and your Phillips head screwdriver. Hold it with the Phillips head screwdriver and then ratchet it down until it's tight. It would help if I had a third hand, but I don't. So, just get that on there as best as possible. Put the next one on there, and then we'll catch back up with you guys. Once you guys have that bracket built, so you can see the bolts come through the side, this is how it'll sit. We will place it on the side here. Have it as flush as possible. I cut a tiny bit off of the front here of this protective rubber. That's also an optional feature. I think it cleans up the look a little bit and it'll protect it if we hit the ground. But put this, get it flush to the back and then to where you want it on the side, and then I would pinch it down to here, to the front lip. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold it in place. We're gonna take the drill and drill all the way through to create a hole for our next bolts to go through. Once that one's done, move to the back one. Try and get my fingers out of the way here. I'll go lefty. we are through. this stuff cleaned off. Place this back on here. And then we'll put the bolt through the bottom again, or from the outside, however you want to look at it. Line up the hole, push that through. Just get it hand tight on there. Take the next one, do the same thing, through the back, through the bottom. And there you go. Now, once we tighten that down, the fin will sit just like that. It'll sit flush to the back. We'll do the same exact thing on the other side, and then we will then grab the lip, drill holes in the lip, and do all that stuff. So we're gonna get both sides of this on, and then we'll catch back up with you guys when we pick the lip up and we're ready to drill some holes, everything like that. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we got the front lip on there. You can use the stock front lip, it'll be the same sort of install, but we'll get it between, as even as possible between both winglets that we can. And then you're just gonna start drilling holes all the way along the face so you can stick the bolts through and mount it. And same thing, bolts go on the bottom. But let's take it, drill our first hole right here. So once you have your hole drilled, just so that it doesn't move, grab one of these bolts right here. So it came with two different types of bolts. There's this bolt right here that the threads go all the way to the end of the bolt, and that's for the side because this actually comes into contact. And there's a little space that's supposed to be in front of this one. So they also gave me ones where the threads stop, and there's a little shoulder, so I'll show you guys that. So there's a little shoulder so that when the threads stop, there's still a gap in between for the gap to be between the lip and the front splitter as well. So we'll take this, run the bolt all the way through the bottom. Forgot something. So you're gonna want a washer on both sides. So washer here, stick it through the bottom. And then on the top, you're gonna put a washer. Get this stuff out of the way. A locking washer. And then you'll put your nut. And you'll do that so that even if your hole is a little bit bigger than the bolt is, the two washers sandwiching will make sure that even if you're going pretty high speeds, the bolts won't pull through the bottom and your splitter will, shoot under your car or everything like that. So we're gonna just continue that process here. We're gonna do another one on the other side, and then we're gonna come down and across the front until we have all of that done. Once we have that done, to make it a little bit easier for install and to save a little bit of weight, we're gonna cut the piece that's going to be under the car. So we're going to draw a line along here and cut this whole piece off. So it'll save some weight and it'll be under the car so you wouldn't see it anyways. And then it'll let us have access to the hangers much easier. All right, now we have the lip and splitter connected. We have it all cut all the way around so we can hang it easier and reduce a little bit of weight. So we're gonna take it to the front of the car and reinstall this bad puppy. We have the front splitter all set up and the newly refurbished and repainted lip here. Looks great. We will move on now to the side splitters. We have the side splitter, or one of them, the right side splitter, as well as these winglets that we're gonna put. So we have the bracket already made, and then what we're gonna do is put this all the way flush again and drill holes just like in the front splitter with the winglets. So once I have all this done and I'm ready to mount both side splitters to the car, I'll get back with you guys. We got the side skirt kind of mocked up, or the side splitter, excuse me, mocked up on the side skirt. So all you're gonna do, there's a bunch of self-tapping screws that come with this kit. So all you're gonna do is place one, you know, in the middle of the side skirt and in the middle of the splitter, and screw in, and then go all the way down. Make sure it looks good from both sides of the car, and then you'll be good to go. So take this. And just get it tight, and then you can readjust the back from here. Since there's only one screw, it'll pivot. And then you're gonna do the same thing all the way down. And then we'll and then just in the middle of all the screws. You should run out of screws, and then it should be done. So the next thing after this, once I get this all mounted up, do the other side the exact same way, and then we will move on to the wing extension. The next and final thing we're gonna do is this wing extension. I already washed the car earlier today, but this does just use 3M tape to attach. So we're gonna make sure that the area is 100% clean. So we have just a standard alcohol wipe. We're gonna wipe down the surface, and then we'll get to installing. If I can open this. After about 3 days of trying to open this, finally got it open. So we're just gonna run the alcohol pad along where it's gonna mount. Make sure it's 100% clean and that it'll make good contact. Huh, really not even dirty, which is good because I just washed the car. So once we get that, let it dry for maybe 5 minutes. Make sure none of the alcohol is still on there, and then we will get to installing the wing. So as a little trick with 3M tape, if you just take the corner off, instead of taking the whole tape off, because if you take the whole part of the tape off, you then have to do it perfect in one try. So you take just the corner off. So once you get that, you just kind of get it flat and hang it out the side so that only this part can stick. And we'll do that all the way around to give ourselves tabs. We'll lay it on, and then we'll take the 3M tape all the way off and press it along everywhere. Tab stays out, place it on. Get both sides of the same. That, and then we can start taking the side out, press it down, all the way, and take the top, and do the same thing for the other side in the bottom. You are 100% installed. So we'll have a little montage of the car. Hopefully we'll get it in some daylight since it is dark. Maybe film that tomorrow, and then I'll get this video out to you guys. Everyone, thank you for watching. Thanks for supporting me, hitting that subscribe button, hitting the like button, sharing with friends, commenting, all that good stuff. So I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.